So ESPN came out with their rookie rankings. Ranked number 1, Rashawn Slater, offensive lineman for the Los Angeles Chargers. Micah Parsons was 2. Greg Newsome of the Browns ranked 3rd. Under the radar rookies, also in those rankings, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, probably because he hasn't played enough downs to get a very good feel for. So with Newsome out, Greedy Williams, who has a little bit of experience, not a ton because he missed all of last year, will step in and play opposite Denzel Ward. Here's what Joe Woods and John Johnson had to say about Greedy Williams stepping into the starting role.
A little bit. I've seen enough of him in practice just to know what he's capable of doing. He's athletic. He has length. He's able to be aggressive for us in terms of playing man coverage. It's more really the physical aspect of it, just coming off the shoulder. I think he's confident. I think when he stepped in the game, he made a couple plays, so he'll be ready to go.
Oh, yeah, he's been practicing like a starter, all camp, all season, and I expect nothing less. I mean, we'll see what he does. That's between him, within himself. I know he'll get ready to play this game. I know he'll be, even more fired up than he previously was. So I'm happy for him, and I'm excited to see how he goes.
And, Mac, I wouldn't be surprised early if they go and see exactly how healthy Greedy Williams is. Wouldn't be surprised if Kirk Cousins and the Vikings try to pick on Greedy Williams a little bit.
Well, I mean, it's a smart thing to do. I mean, again, as somebody who missed all of last season, hasn't started a game since 2019, it is smart to test the third-year player now at this point. Kind of crazy to think about. But now, again, thinking about Greedy Williams and the way that he plays, I was at the game last week. I got to see him in person, and so he had a little bit more confidence to him. He wasn't afraid to, make the tackles, make the hits. I think that was a little bit lacking when we saw that in 2019 from him. So, again, I look at Greedy Williams. I think he can be somebody who steps up and performs. But, again, it's going to be tough to fill the shoes of Greg Newsome, who's been, not just one of the best rookies, but also one of the better corners in the NFL so far this year, playing very well on the outside.
Yeah, you haven't heard his name, which means they're not throwing at him. That's
Right.
probably the biggest compliment that you get as a rookie when they're not even interested in going at you. The other thing is the Browns did something really smart in signing Troy Hill. He's a guy that can slide outside. You can also slide one of those 3 other safeties in. I guess what I'm saying is the Browns have options if it goes a way they don't like early.
Yeah, and that's why, the big buzzword this offseason that was really huge was versatility. A lot of the guys that they brought in, they're very versatile. So, I almost look at you could slide Troy Hill outside. And don't forget about MJ Stewart. He had a great game against Kansas City earlier in the season. He's somebody who's a backup safety but can also fill that slot role that we saw him fill last year. So, again, I look at the way that this team can play. There's a lot of different chess pieces that Joe Woods can utilize and use in that regard. So, you also look at, you can add another linebacker at that point. And like you said, you have guys like Ronnie Harrison, like Grant Delpit, like John Johnson at that point too, who can also play down the slot if you need them to. So there's a lot of different options that you can really get into with this defense. And, like you said, if Greedy doesn't necessarily play up to snuff or play the way that they expect him to, at that point, all right, fine. We have different options that we can go ahead and utilize in that type of a role.